What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our college football channel. It's time for my New Year's 6 predictions heading into Week 3 of the 2022 college football season. I'm going to go through and show you who I have going to all the New Year's 6 bowls. Really, you could call these projections. I'm not going to pick the winners of the games because picking winners of bowl games at this point is just crazy. You have no idea who's going to play. You have no idea what team's motivation is going to be. Bowl games, it's the one reason why I do like the 12-team playoff, because the bowl games have become just games that no one cares about anymore. I wish we could go back to how things used to be. The bowl games were so much fun, but now when you have half the starters out, it just doesn't mean the same thing. So yeah, we're not picking the winners of the games, just projecting where the teams are going to go, which teams will go to which New Year's 6 bowls. I did my playoff predictions yesterday. If you missed that video, go back and check it out. I won't spend much time on those games. I did have Georgia versus USC in the Peach Bowl, so that'll be one of the semifinals. Again, the playoff semifinals are part of the New Year's 6. And then I had Ohio State versus Miami in the other semifinal. Ohio State winning the Big Ten, Miami winning the ACC. Those are my predictions for the playoff, and I talked much more about why I have those teams and all of that on the video. If you missed it, go back and watch it. So let's get to the other 4 New Year's 6 bowls. And I'm going to try to do this every week and see how it changes, you know, the course of these bowls, how it can change as the season goes along. And it will change. I'm sure it will change a lot. We're still learning about a lot of these teams. But right now, this is how I see it playing out. In the Rose Bowl, I've got Michigan versus Utah. I think this might have even been my preseason prediction, or maybe I had Oregon out of the Pac-12. But I think that Michigan will be the highest-ranked Big Ten team after Ohio State goes to the College Football Playoff. Utah will be the highest-ranked team out of the Pac-12 after USC goes to the College Football Playoff. If USC doesn't quite make it in, they get left out. We could possibly see USC versus Michigan. If Michigan beats Ohio State, they go to the playoff. We could see Ohio State here. So I think it will be some combination of Michigan or Ohio State versus Utah or USC. I don't know if Oregon is on this level. I thought that they were coming into this season. We'll find out more about them really on Saturday against BYU. That'll be a big game. But Michigan versus Utah, my Rose Bowl prediction. Let's move on to the Sugar Bowl. I've got Alabama versus Oklahoma. I talked about this on my playoff prediction video. When you look at Alabama's schedule, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Arkansas, LSU, all on the road. I don't think they can survive all 4 of those games the way they are playing right now. And I did have them losing to Georgia in the SEC Championship. But still, they will be the highest-ranked team out of the SEC. They go to the Sugar Bowl, where they will face Oklahoma, who I have winning the Big 12. I just don't know if the Big 12 is so wide open. I'm giving Oklahoma 2 losses, but they could easily finish with 3 and still win that conference. Baylor, I just don't know if they're quite there. Maybe Baylor wins it. Oklahoma State, I need to see more from. Maybe there's even a surprise team like Kansas State, or maybe Texas wins the Sugar Bowl. They sure looked good against Alabama. They get Quinn Ewers back. That could be a very dangerous team. So this is definitely wide open in the Big 12, but right now I'm going to stick with my preseason prediction, and that was Oklahoma. So Alabama versus Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl. Moving on to the Cotton Bowl, I've got Cincinnati as the highest-ranked Group of 5 team, Group of 5 champion. Right now, I don't know. This one's tough. They played Arkansas very tough. I think they have a good chance to win the rest of their games. Houston, I don't think is going to be as good as everyone thought. I think we've already seen that. UCF could be an interesting pick out of the American, or perhaps we go somewhere else. Maybe it's a Fresno State out of the Mountain West, or perhaps Marshall or App State out of the Sun Belt. Both of those teams have big wins on their resumes, so that would be interesting to see a Sun Belt team in here. But I think the name recognition for Cincinnati, the fact that they played Arkansas really tough, if they go out and take care of business the rest of the season, I think they're going to be that team to go to the Cotton Bowl, where I've got them playing BYU. This was my final team. It's kind of a wild card here, trying to figure out who this team's going to be. If BYU beats Oregon on Saturday, I think they're a lock. I think they will be in a New Year's 6 bowl. They've got a pretty tough schedule. They've already got a big one over Baylor. Even if they don't beat Arkansas, they can get to 10-2 pretty easily, especially if they beat Oregon. Notre Dame looks like a winnable game for sure. So I think BYU finds their way into a New Year's 6 bowl, and I've got them in the Cotton Bowl here against Cincinnati. And then finally, we've got the Orange Bowl. Clemson, the highest ranked ACC team outside of, or behind Miami. So they're going to go here, and then you have to take Big Ten, SEC, or Notre Dame. I think Arkansas could be the highest ranked team out of the SEC or the Big Ten. I don't see Notre Dame being in this conversation. I think that you're going to have a bunch of 3-4 loss teams outside of these top teams. And so when you start looking at 3 loss teams potentially, I think Arkansas will be the highest ranked because of their schedule. The fact that they go out and play a good Cincinnati team. They play BYU. They're going to have the schedule that I think is going to boost their resume just enough to get them in a New Year's Six Bowl. So even maybe with 3 losses, Arkansas goes to the Orange Bowl to face Clemson. So those are my New Year's predictions based off of what we've seen in the first couple of weeks. We'll see how it changes next week if there are any changes. We'd love to get your thoughts on my predictions and also get your predictions. Let me know what you think about the New Year's Six Bowls down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports College Football Channel.